Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to May's project focus. So if you recall, last week on my Freeze Friday, I had watched Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, my lovely friend Christy, and her awesome project about getting her layouts organized. And because she's moving this year, she's not going to be buying a whole bunch of albums, so she was getting them all sorted and put by date and chronological and basically by album, but putting them in boxes. And I thought that was just genius, and somehow it just gave me this awesome idea of trying to clean up a little bit my photos and some of my albums, and in particular that year-long sabbatical that I took hiking around Europe that I did over 10 years ago. Well, I left actually pretty on 15 years ago now, and I really need to get those things done. And in those days, I did not have a digital camera, and therefore all of the photos were taken and developed, and I still have tons, although I have about 14 albums scrapped, and I don't know how many hundreds of layouts. I still have tons of photos, so I need to get through those, get rid of those, get those albums completed, all of them. A couple are complete, so I will come back and do a layout, an album share if you would like that. Let me know down in the comments below of a couple of the completed ones. And today I'm going to go through with you one album, which is going to be my focus for May. And another thing I want to say before I start that is, when I left on this trip and throughout that year, I was not a scrapbooker. The idea for scrapbooking came to me during the trip, and therefore when I got back in June of 2006, I took up scrapbooking. So some of the photos and stories, or basically the photos I took, there are holes in some of the stories I want to tell. So I'm going to tell you how I address that as well. So I went through, I had now some of these still have photos in them because they are from different countries, but I went through all of the photos I had for Amsterdam, because that is what we are going to focus on in May, my Amsterdam album. And here are all the photos that I don't think I'm going to need to use because either they're duplicates or they're bad photos or whatever. So these are over here. And if I don't use these throughout, well, they're going to go. I know, letting go. But I don't know why. Like back then we used to develop, and we used to get doubles of stuff as well. I have no idea why. But anyway, so these may not be needed. Like you're going to see this one here. I have this story told in the album. So let's start. So here is Amsterdam. A lot of these pages are older. So this is just a fun introductory page. Hello, Amsterdam. And I called it a 5-star city. So that there. And then something that I did on this one, which I think is very fun, and I evidently did this in 2006 when I just started this. I printed out, obviously, on my computer, did some rounded corners, like a double page with just a few photos in the streets, the canals, myself on a bridge, myself walking down the street. Did a little bit of coloring. This is fun, and it sort of made me realize that this would be a fun thing to have in most of my albums, and I don't know that I've done it in any other album. So the population, and evidently one thing that is specific to Amsterdam are bikes. How many bikes, how many Van Gogh paintings, how many museums, and how many markets, how many canals, how many bridges, and how many houseboats. This is probably way more now, but there you go. So that's a fun introductory page. Then if I turn it over, then here, of course, just about the bikes. And Amsterdam is a peddler's paradise. So all of these walking streets. And then some more bikes. So straight away here, in my mind, I see that I think this page needs to move over here. And then here is this checkmate thing. This is when I walked from my little hotel or the area that I was staying in, close to the Heineken Museum. Every day there was, this is a very, very large, not checkers, chess board on the ground. And these people, and this person in particular, I have no idea who that is, was there every single day playing with different people. And I used to sometimes just sit, take a rest from all of my walking around and watch that. And it's a fun story. And that made me realize that some of the things that I don't have documented, because then if I move over here, fun little story of the pensione, or the small hotel I was staying in. The breakfast room, they had these beautiful dogs, and this puppy would greet us for breakfast every single morning, and then he would come and adopt this stance to look out. There's a window here to the passing foot traffic. So then that made me realize, these two, which are like everyday things, made me realize that there were a few stories I wanted to tell that I did not have photos for in particular. So here's the little grocery, the local. So first, before I do that, is here is the Heineken Museum, and my little hotel was really like right over here, very, very, very close to that. So I did not record what area that I was staying in, the Heineken Museum. So got that photo out, need to get that here. And that's going to come, I think, somewhere here. Then another story is the grocery store, because as soon as we got there, we went to the local grocery store to get snacks because the hotel provided breakfast. We'd splurge a little bit for dinner, but then just bought in the grocery stores a whole bunch of snacks and good foods that we could carry around, or I could carry around in my backpack for the day. And this was my first experience in a grocery store of them not having any bags of any kind, that already in 2005, you had to bring your own bags. That had not started here yet at all. And the first trip, I was not aware of this at all until I got to the cash. Luckily, I did have a small backpack with me, but I filled the backpack going back to the hotel, and I had stuff in my hands, and it's just a fun little story. So I just went on internet, Googled the grocery store in that neighborhood, did a quick little collage, and I can get that story told. Then I also realized that I was not even a kilometer away from one of the most famous markets in Amsterdam and the largest market. And I would, after this grocery, I would buy anything that I needed at this market. Found the internet cafe there, because in those days I did not have a cell phone. It was not as prevalent, so had to find internet cafes so that I could send emails and stuff back to friends here. There was no Skype, FaceTiming to stay in touch with people as much, but there was an internet cafe here. A beautiful, beautiful market that I would love to go walking in, and I had not told that story. Again, went on internet. A little restaurant, sort of in the canal, needed to tell that story. The Tulip Market in downtown. Now, this is not the beautiful markets that are out in, I believe it's Rotterdam, but there is a fun Tulip Market right in the downtown, which was quite a walk for me, but of course I didn't tell that story. Van Gogh Museum, spent a lovely day at the Van Gogh Museum, but we could not take photos. So again, I went on internet. So these are all stories that I haven't told. And some of these I didn't really think. This I did take a photo. But some of these I did not have photos that will get into this album. The street entertainment that was down in the same area, not too far away from the Tulip Market. I have not recorded the street entertainment. I put this one here. I don't know if I still need to record much, but this is rather the larger street I get, with a lot of pedestrian traffic, but this one also had cars. I don't really know whether I need this. It might move over into the other pile. Lovely little alleyways and streets and little little corner cafes. Can't go to Amsterdam without recording a little bit about, at that point, already marijuana being legal and it being in the bars, and you would go to sit on a terrace and have a drink or a coffee or even a beer or maybe even a little cocktail, and on the menu there would also be selections of weed. So you have to record it. I'm going to record it in the album. Then the other thing, and this of course is a beautiful, beautiful Vondelpark, which is very, very, very large within Amsterdam. And I have tons and tons of photos because that would be the downtime. I would love to go sit in this, bring some music, or bring a book, or bring my guidebook if I was, you know, preparing for the next stop or the next day, and spend, I went to this park pretty much every single day. So I went on internet just to get sort of a close-up of the gates and the name of the park. And I think this, I'm going to be doing a page for sure. Oh, that doesn't belong there. A page for sure, and then a pocket page that will accompany this. And this is more because you can see here a lot of the houseboats, and that I haven't really recorded as well. A lot of the houseboats in the canal, although I've recorded the canals. So that, and then once I've got this done, I think this album will be completed, and it will definitely tell the story of Amsterdam from my point of view, and what brings Amsterdam, or what makes Amsterdam so special and very, very specific to it. So I have at the moment, I have this lovely double page, which so 3, 5, 7, 9, and then you see here I've left some time, and this is sort of like the end page, which is Amsterdam, goodbye and thank you at the end here, which is going to stay there as well. So I've only at the moment left the place for 3 layouts, so I'm going to have to reorganize this before moving on. So this will, the Venice portion here will probably come out of this album completely. I may keep this in the post-bound. I mean, I have them, might as well use them, and I think I have, so this will be 1 page and a collage page if I leave it in here. So that's like 2 pages, 3 pages, maybe a 4th, 5 pages, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 more pages. So I think I can get it all, because in these you can pretty much get 20 pages. So, and I will get them reorganized. I'm going to remove these actually from the album, put them in the different order, because as I said, this I think needs to move over here. This part here, which is more the everyday, in here I need to put a lot of those fun pages about the grocery. And I need to look and see if I can find something about the hotel that will fit in here as well. So there is my project focus for How to Kill a Kit with Style. I'm going to be coming up in the next video is my kit. So I have 2 focuses for How to Kill a Kit with Style. Project focus, and this, it doubles as a freeze project focus for May as well. So tell me, what do you think? Are you interested in these kinds of things? Would you like to see me do this every single month? Show you the album at the beginning, and then just show you when I'm done at the end of the project, which might be a month or might be a little bit longer? Or would you like to see some progress in between? Leave me a comment below. Or would you simply like me to just update you on where I'm at in my regular Freeze Fridays? Let me know what you would like to see. Don't forget to go on over. I'm sure I'm going to put this as a How to Kill a Kit sort of Freeze Friday. So go see what everybody else is up to in the How to Kill a Kit with Style. My Freeze gang, my lovely friend Christy, and Kathy for sure, and maybe Kristen. So talk to you even later in the day today. Bye. Thanks for being here.